it's Lindy. There's this really great saying, proverb, I don't know where it came from, it sounds kind of oriental to me, and it says, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. I think that's a really great saying. It really just means to me, hey, if you want to get somewhere, you've got to at least make the first move. But what happens if your first step is in the opposite direction to the direction that you want to travel? You might end up 2,000 miles away from where you really wanted to go in the first place. When we teach movement, Pilates, motor, Coraline, physical therapy, home exercises, one of the terms that we use all the time, we use it often, is neutral. But what does that really mean? Well, to me, neutral means that I'm setting myself off in the direction that I want to travel. My next step is going to be toward wherever it is I want to end up. And so hopefully if I take 1,000 steps, I'm going to end up 1,000 miles later or 1,000 steps later into or at that place where I wanted to go. So Jolene's going to help me just show you a little bit about neutral and how we think about neutral. And as you're watching her, I just want you to imagine that her pelvis is like a little bowl lying on the table. Her ribs are the same and her head is the same. And what we're going to have Jolene do is we're actually going to put her in a position where she's going a few steps away from her optimal starting position. So what we're going to do is we're going to put her in a position so that her pelvis is tipping backwards, her ribs are tipping backwards, and her head is tipping backwards. So now instead of these bowls of the pelvis, the ribs, and the head being balanced like this, they're actually all tipping toward her head. If I now said to Jolene, you're going to roll up and come up to sitting, she's already going the wrong direction in terms of her placement to be able to do that. And by the way, I'm not going to make her stay here very long because she's not really liking this position. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring her pelvis back to a more balanced position. We're going to bring her ribs back to a more balanced position. And we're going to do the rib and the head position with a little bit of assistance by just placing a towel under her head. Now we have her back in a more balanced position through her head, her ribs, and her pelvis. And her spine is already feeling better because of this alignment. She has a lot less tension in her body. Hopefully you can see that. And now she's ready to move in any direction. If I asked her to roll over to her side, if I asked her to roll her legs up, now she's in a great starting position. So this position is something we need to learn, whether we're on our back, on our side, standing, sitting, on all fours, doing planks. No matter what we're doing, we want to be able to find the ideal starting position so that our first step leads us where we want to go. If you want to learn more about neutral, what it is, why it is, and how to do it better, come to our next neutral workshop. The information is at the end of this video. Give us a call today.